Why, hello there. How's it going? My name is Cordovan. You're watching Friday Afternoon here on twitch.tv/DDO stream and youtube.com/Dungeons and Dragons/live. Thank you very much for joining me this fine Friday. We're going to have a good time on Caneth, level 15 iconic wizard. I'm here to answer your update 32 questions. I'm here to talk about Travis Willingham. I'm here to talk about Caneth crafting, which I just finished the guide on. Kind of. Except I'm still working on it. How's it going, everyone? Say hello in our chat room. If I can answer any questions, I will. Hey, Hank Spew. That's a pretty funny name there. That's awesome. Thank you for joining me. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Talking to the chat room, the party chat here. I'm kind of open to whatever we run. It looks like I'm an Evening Star, so might as well do teenage stuff in Evening Star. Song of the day, Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Phil Collins is a talented guy, Titan says. You know what's funny about that? Just 2 weekends ago, I was doing some record shopping, some vinyl record shopping, because I am a vinyl record type person. And wouldn't I stumble across anything except for a sealed copy of the Miami Vice soundtrack on vinyl for $2. And I was like, hey, you know what? Jan Hammer's one cool guy. But do you know what else is on that vinyl record? Yes, Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. So I now have Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight on vinyl and have listened to it in the past week. So I know what you mean. We can nominate that for Song of the Day, Titan. I'll say, sure, why not? Hey, Agaxian, how you guys doing? Let me tell people where to send it. Send a tell to Gomogolog. There was a time, so this name is kind of a troll a little bit. So when I got hired in 2010, at that time it was very much a, you really can't play on the public server as an official Turbine employee. That was just the company policy at the time. You know, it was a time in transition really with live streaming and all that sort of thing. And so I couldn't play any of my old characters for a little while, for a couple of years actually. And I also had to be careful that if I was in a group that I couldn't use my voice chat for some stupid reason. People tell me they can recognize me when I talk like an idiot. Okay, so anyway, why am I talking like an idiot? So I created a character named Gmogalalog, or Galal. Gmogalalog, Logamagalalol. That's what it was. And the idea was, even if you knew it was me, there was no way you were going to type that into a party invite chat to invite me into your group, or be able to spell it correctly on a website forum and say, Jerry's character is Gmogalu. What? So that's the origin of the name Gmogalog. And now it's become really name number 3 on the servers, which is, number 1 for me is some derivation of Moktuk. Number 2 tends to be Sekihan or Saitan. And number 3 is now Gmogalog. There you go. Bohika173, you know you're old when the music you listened to in high school is found in the discount bin. Alas, it's true. All right, so let's look in the adventure compendium and see what we will be running here today. Anyone got any preference? All right, let's run the Druid's Curse stuff. Or Druid's Deep stuff. That cow. I love that cow. Do you know why I'm so glad that cow is in the game? Because if it weren't in the game... If it weren't in the game, then I wouldn't be able to spawn it on Lamania, on my admin character, in the test dojo, Kenneth Crafting Halls, in any place that could use a good cow. Which I don't need to tell you are quite a few places. So I said I was going to talk a little bit about Travis Willingham, and I just wanted to reiterate, in case you don't know, we have got Travis Willingham to be our next celebrity dungeon master. Next dungeon master for Against the Slave Lords. And he is a particularly talented individual who is known for his work among quite a few gamers for his work on Critical Role, which is a YouTube video series. And kind of thing. Where they play Dungeons and Dragons, and they're a bunch of celebrity voice actors and really talented people. And we were able to, just through a various process, get him to be our dungeon master for Against the Slave Lords, and he's done a really great job on it. For the brief time we had Against the Slave Lords on Lamania, we actually had some of the voice work in, so a few people did get the chance to already hear this, but a lot of people probably don't want to be spoiled on this sort of thing either. So just going to say that if you want to do a quick search, you'll see that he's got an extensive history and is a pretty talented dude. So hopefully you dig it. I need to get some stone. Spell. Bohika says, speaking of character names, my first character on Asheron's Call was an Illuvian named Albert Luvian. That's a good one. Yeah. Titan says, how do I do that, Jerry? Increase or decrease the size of things? You mean in the DDO store, there's just a plus or minus where you can purchase multiple items, multiple versions of the same item. All right, let's do this, huh? I'm totally not going to die.
I forget which wing it opens, I'm afraid. There's another one around here somewhere. I'm sure it will turn up.
So one of the things I'm going to need to do here in the near future, just sort of based on where I am right now at work. Uh-oh. I'm totally not ready. Is I'm going to have to do a Lotro podcast because I need to learn how to play the game and just play, increase my knowledge of the game, things like that. And I've thought, because they don't know what's coming, they have no idea just how bad a player I am, so they probably think I'm actually good at the game, which is going to be awesome because, oh man, am I going to let them down. But here's the reason I bring that up. I want to call the show Cordovan is Helping. And I think that's a great name for my show. But what do you guys think? See, you know how bad I am at the game. You know kind of what my style is, as it were. I think that's the name of the show. What do you guys think? Cordovan is Helping. I think it's perfect. It's also going to be 100% accurate to just how, you know... Let's just say if the One Ring, you know, was in my hands, it wouldn't have made it to Mordor. I'm sorry. I would have probably woken up like in a whatever sleeping bag in the woods somewhere and just left it in the woods and not noticed it for 3 days. And then I would have been like, oh crap, where did I put that thing?
Do something to help.
And then I never find it again.
Your treatment was a success. The patient has been cleansed of the disease. Your treatment was a success. The patient has been cleansed of the disease.
Wizardman says, hopefully we can get someone like Lil Wayne and DDO will explode in popularity. If he wanted to be a dungeon master and you know how to get in touch with him, you should do that. That would be fun. Although I doubt we could pay as much as he would want us to pay.
The night transforms into a poultry monstrosity. This corpse contains some of the sample the head priest spoke of. Nearby, a key that fell from its hand lies.
Yeah, it's right. Will Wheaton does the I'm helping, but it's totally true, Yeah. Hey, Erlock, thanks for editing the wiki. I know that, the wiki has got a lot of work ahead of it to get all that Caneth crafting info and everything in there. And you guys have just done a fantastic job so far. So congrats and shout out to the wiki guys for their excellent work and invaluable assistance to the Dungeons & Dragons online community. I just, like I said, I just put together a Caneth crafting guide that's sort of just going through the rounds of editing and everything. We have a little time yet. I may end up even publishing a little early just so that people can read it. And sort of familiarize themselves with what's happening here.
Seems to be in an advanced state of the infection, stronger and
Alright. Erlock says, was just added to the wiki. Hopefully it isn't true, but if it is, then hopefully it is not working as intended and is a bug that will be fixed before update 32 goes live. Oh my god. Well, before I die in a fight here, let me heal myself first, then read your horrific statement. No, I'm going to die. All right. Note, it's not possible to add extra to items with minimum level under 8. For create low-level item, you need next 1, apply shard to minimum level 10 plus 2, add extra slot, deconstruct this item, apply low-level shard, apply shard to minimum level 10, add extra slot, deconstruct the item, apply a low-level shard, apply the extra shard, UL Contibs message email. If it's true that it is working as intended, that under level 10 items are not supposed to get a minimum level slot, then it would indeed be a bug that you would be able to then redisjunct it and sort of do something that seems pretty clear isn't working as intended. And if that's the case, then yes, that is something we would have to fix.
Safer that way. Now, go on.
I'm pretty positive that would not be working as intended. However, I'm not entirely sure that it isn't fine that there's an extra slot to under 10 items. That's something I'm going to have to do a little more research on. I'm sure there will be a few, you know, kind of stragglers like that we may need to pick up for Kenneth Crafting, but hopefully not too much of that. You know, we'll see what happens. Some of that's probably the inevitability of debuting a new complex system like Kenneth Crafting, but so far things are, I work for Turbine, so, and I had access to the development server, but frankly, I think Kenneth Crafting is coming together really nicely. I think you guys are really going to like it when Update 32 is released.
The quarantine area smells even more strong. Perrin Uth appears. The infection is far more advanced with him, and as a result, he is far stronger.
That is a mess of monsters. Get Vin Diesel a DM. I know that's the one that's probably the name that has come up more than perhaps any other in the history of DDO. Vin Diesel's a very much a celebrity guy, so I'm not sure that we could afford him. But if you wanted to, we could probably figure something out. Where'd my guy go? Oops. I always do that. Do you guys do that too? I bet you do. These shards will not deconstruction potential plus shards and enhancement spirits, and if I can't use them in the new crafting, what will I do with them or be able to do with them? Okay, I get your question. So yes, certain things you should use up with the current Kenneth crafting system before the new one goes live, and that would be shards of potential. That would be plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. shards. Any shard that can't be deconstructed, you should just use now. Otherwise, some of it's just the cost of transitioning over to the new system, unfortunately. I know it's not ideal, but we can't support 2 full systems in the game, so at some extent we need to just say, you know what, do it now. We're moving into a new system. Sorry. So hopefully you can make your stuff now if you want it. You can deconstruct a lot of this stuff already. So do at least give that a shot first, because a lot of stuff you can just deconstruct.
As you enter Uth Lodge, you are greeted only by silence and a strange smell. A smell like a weed-choked garden after a rain.
I did, on that internal development server yesterday, check out rune arms in Kenneth Crafting, and that's working just fine.
There is some kind
At the moment, there's a minor messaging thing where it still is showing craftable +5 when you acquire the item, but when you deconstruct it, which is what you'd need to do to prep it for Kenneth Crafting anyway, then all the proper available slots and stuff show up. And who knows whether that'll be fixed prior to live or not, perhaps. But either way, I could let you guys know it was working perfectly fine. I also double-checked to make sure that you could do trap making, grenades, arrows, bolts, all that sort of thing got worked out. Yeah, that's all working. I checked that the recipes in the device workstation. There we go, the device workstation. Everything that was in the device workstation is currently available for Kenneth Crafting using the new crafting system without issue. Rune arms still being treated like trinkets for what can be crafted on it? The answer to that is yes. Yes, I checked that. That is absolutely true. Bum, bum, bum. We're all dead. We're all dead. Ouch. I'll pick up a Sybaris for us. So I need to get a better mouse. Let me get to the group. Where is the group? Where be they? Here we go. Alright. My mouse is not great. Yeah, Razor Naga. Oh god, that would be awesome. Pretty nice. Alright, there we go. I like the new family stream that's been added to Friday night. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a good show. It's very cool. Fridays on Ice. And you can actually watch that tonight at, oh, I need to get my schedule. I've been updating all the DDO stream schedules, and it gets a little complex after a while. 10 o'clock, is that what it is? I'm trying to remember. All right. Okay, there we go. I think everything's going to be all right.
A lithe, gray-clad figure flees deeper into the house. Friend or foe, you will likely cross paths again.
Now, we can get a better gaming mouse for this computer. This is the stream room, by the way. You know, that we're going to do most of the company's streaming stuff in. So, it makes sense to have a good gaming mouse. We just haven't... Yeah, it's got to go through the process. And that'll happen soon. But right now I'm using this weird wireless mouse without a mouse pad, and it just isn't working. Alright. What about Caneth Challenge Gear? I don't recall an official answer. So, Caneth Challenge Gear is not going to be craftable anymore. Instead, it's going to get the new augment slots for Tier 3. And that's, I believe, going to happen for Update 32 here. So the answer will be it's no longer going to be in Caneth Crafting, but it's going to get the new stuff instead, which makes sense because it just makes sense to not. It was always kind of a weird fit.
Plants have broken through the roof with unnatural force. A third woodwolf is tending them.
Where did Graumanny get off to? Someone got him? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. And that was in the dev diary as well, that No Worries put together that, you know, as what we might do. It looks like that is what we're going to do for Caneth Crafting. Caneth Challenge Gear. It just makes sense.
He's much stronger here. Look sharp! To arms!
Well met! I had grown weary of naught but bark and leaves for company. You are aware this place is far from safe, yes? But of course you are. Danger is an old
It's
song
more
in
just
your
like a feel,
folk,
like,
I
because
can
I've
see.
got this wireless mouse thing here, and it on this kind of Formica table or whatever it is. It's kind of sluggish and imprecise. Aren't bear traps specifically made for bears? Oh my god, that's a great comment. Well, you know, you don't have to just be for bears. I mean, if you they just putting them there. If a bear comes along, great. If it's you instead, well, you know. This is a really good desk, though, for microphone placement on that, because it's set up great for kind of a broadcasting table, which is why this is being used as a stream room. Because it's a good setup, actually, for kind of microphones and broadcast equipment and webcams and all the rest. I think, frankly, I think this new setup is a real step forward. I know we still have a little bit of tweaking to do, you know, some kind of things to figure out and improve. But we're off to a really good start, I think, on the stream room. It's overall looking and playing pretty good. We need to get more microphones and we need to get more headphones. Because so many of you don't like to use still use speakers, and so we've had a few bleed-through problems while we've been recording. But for the most part, it's been going really well.
The corruption dissipates from the air. Uth Lodge has been cleansed.
Perun Uth brought this foul magic home with him from Thornwood unawares. And where is that, you ask? Where Hall Fame lives, deep within King's Forest. I think we should pay him a visit.
Alright. Egg crate foam on the walls and ceiling. I don't know. I kind of like the natural lighting here, but we're going to get like some posters and stuff. Put that up. Like we've got, you know, this for DDO right now, but we'll have more stuff here in the future. I think I probably need to sell and repair quick. Tell you though, the marks of House Caneth are going to be quite desirable. The new Caneth crafting system. I was putting together some just kind of random gen items, just kind of sort of see what I might want to make, and can make some real nice stuff. And then next up, now that the Caneth Crafting Guide is done, next up I work on the Named Item Guide for Update 32. And I'm going to put that together clearly before we go live as well. So next up will be pictures of the named items and what have you. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm back on YouTube Gaming as well. We were able to get that working. So if you are joining us on youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live, that's awesome. Welcome. I have got a wider second monitor now. So I've got your chat room up ready to go. So as soon as you type, "Man, you suck," I will be able to see it. Where am I going? Oh yeah, that's where I'm going. Derp, 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 derp. Herlock says, will the existing shards of masterful craftsmanship, those are the shards that you make under the old Caneth crafting system to lower the minimum level of an item by 2, will those existing shards be able to be used in the updated Caneth crafting system? The answer to that is no. That is the old crafting system, not the new crafting system. The minimum level of an item is the core at which the new Caneth crafting system is based. So to have a shard of masterful craftsmanship would make that system unbalanced. So that's why it's not there. So no, you cannot use those shards. If that changes, I'll let you know, but I don't think so.
You have reached Thorn Hollow. The Druid Hall saves.
That would be pretty
This
far out if we allowed you to do all the new random gen loot, but you could be 2 levels lower. Oh, that's gonna happen. That would just be too much. Twere I to guess, but I will double check that to make sure. But I'm pretty sure that I haven't seen any shards of masterful craftsmanship during any of the guide stuff that I've seen. So. Yeah, I actually tend not to get into the super fancy mice like that. They're just more trouble than they're worth. But I do need to have... I prefer a wired mouse rather than wireless, for one. But the other thing is I... Cell phone. I prefer wired over wireless. And then, but I also want to have generally 2... side buttons, because that's what I like. I just like a fairly simple, basic, 3 middle scroll wheel side buttons. So some of that Razor, like the Naga stuff, actually is a little overkill for me, but it's still a very nice, high quality mouse. That's way of rechargeable batteries. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Like I say, I just... Or you could just get a wired mouse.
Great root barriers have grown over every bear den. What twisted force is at work here? This is far.
Wow, what a
from
twisted
nature and
force.
balance.
All right, let's see what else. So what else can I talk about? We are working to get most likely a 3rd build of Lamania, or 2 Lamania of Update 32. No immediate ETA to announce on that yet, though. We're kind of flexible on it. And right now, the priority is really locking down Update 32 in terms of content and bugs and, whatever, getting it ready to be shipped. And then once that's done, we'll work on, as part of that process, to put together sort of a release candidate build and then get that to Lamania. And I think we'll be doing that moderately soonish. And the release date remains a target of September 13th. But we'll keep you updated when it comes time to the actual release day. But that's the current plan. Hopefully it works out. If you had a chance to preview Against the Slave Lords on Lamania last weekend or whatever, hope you enjoyed your time. Please give us your feedback on it. Now's a great time to give us feedback on this stuff, because like I say, right now we're kind of getting into the... We're not there yet, but we're getting close to the lockdown phase, where it's just like, all right, we gotta, we gotta get this thing out the door, so here's what we need to do, kind of a thing. So, if you have any feedback, now's a great time to get it to us.
Center of this cavern is a focal point of the druidic magic that is overrunning the whole.
Some pretty funny stuff in the chat room today. You guys are being... Oh, that reminds me, I need to get the chat back into the video. I will make a priority to do that. So that you too can read the insanity. That is Friday afternoon. Here on twitch.tv/DDO stream. Hope you dig it. I think, I just put together a fresh calendar for both DDO and Lotra live streams, and we have got some awesome full schedules and calendars right now. There is still some time for you, though, so if you would like to stream on the show, take a look at that calendar first, see if there's a time and day that works best for you. And if there is, and you'd like to live stream DDO, and you kind of know how, or at least in a basic way know how, then please.
You have fallen into a pit of spikes.
Oh my god, I didn't fall into the pit this time. Yet. Yeah, that's just a minor bug tight, and that'll get fixed up. What were we here for? What were we doing? What are we doing? Why are we here? I am not currently hosting a live stream for the other game, but I will be soon enough. As part of the job of community manager, I really need to start doing that, and to increase my knowledge of the game as well, so I could kill two birds with one stone there. It is really important to be able to have as deep a knowledge as you can have, frankly, on these games, to be able to represent the community's wishes in development talks. And, I think the reality is the likelihood that I'm ever going to know as much about another video game as I know about DDO, which isn't saying much. No, which I do have a pretty good knowledge of DDO, because I've been playing it for 10 years. Probably not going to be rivaled anytime soon. But I can at least have a increased familiarity with what it is to play the game. And I have played the game some, but, doing kind of the discipline of doing it for a live stream on that is something I might need in my life. I'm not sure how that letter became backwards. I don't actually know the answer to that. It's probably just it was placed and then not unplaced before it went to Lamania. So you're probably just like, whoops. I mean, it could even be a placeholder, basically. Like they placed it there because they were like, oh, I need to put the thing there. Here's a reminder so that I remember to put the thing there. And then it just went out with Lamania. That could be too.
This waterfall remains clean and pure, untouched by the corruption of the earth.
Oh, you're right. Someone basically said perhaps we should, there are some great voices even in our own backyard, say some of the live streamers and things like that. And yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. We do, we are a video game company, and we do have some business things that need to be adhered to. We do use, frankly, like I say right now, union talent, SAG talent. So if you're a member of SAG-AFTRA, then you can be on our list to do voiceover work. Like people like Travis Willingham, who are SAG-AFTRA members and such, But if it was just sort of like, hey, just get in front of the mic and do it, then, oh my gosh, the amount of people that could do that work is, exceptionally high. Well, I'd love to DM. Come on. Does anyone not think I would give my... G.I. Joe collection to be a DM.
The second corruption was destroyed.
But I'm in the game plenty.
Underfoot,
I'm in the game plenty.
throughout the
You got to fight me. I mean, how much more do you need than that? What can I say? I want it all. No. Let some others have it. Get the opportunity. You're saying some interesting stuff there, Bohica. What can you say? It'd be awesome. I have to admit, a lot of times when I run this quest, I skip over one of the nodes. I want to hear them die in their own voices. I know. I thought of that too. I was just like, maybe I should just do a line of going, no! No! But I don't know. What they have is cool. Yeah, so we're in some really great planning stages right now. Exciting times at work where we're sort of like, okay, so what would the next three releases look like? And so some of that stuff's very exciting. Oh, by the way, I think I lied, because I hinted that we might get the anniversary event dungeon by the end of the year. Because that was the thinking at the time that I said it. However, it looks like we may have permission to bring the anniversary event back on a yearly basis for the anniversary, which would allow us to then sort of make it a... I don't know. don't want to say updatable exactly, but something that we would have a little bit of flexibility to have some fun with, perhaps, in future years. So, long and short of it is, rather than by the end of this year, looks like it's going to be back for a little while for next anniversary. In addition to the other anniversary-related things that we do. It won't impact our delivery of the other new anniversary stuff, but we can bring the anniversary dungeon back on the anniversary on a consistent basis, and that seems like a pretty smart thing to do. So, I think we're going to. Oh, I know. You know, that's another thing that's been brought up a whole bunch over the years, is the idea of going back to Misery's Peak and this time doing the role of Jeets and Silamos and all the rest. Could happen someday. You know, who knows? It's not in our immediate time for a table or development plans, but doesn't mean it could never happen. Certainly something that's been said quite a bit in the community over the years. So, as well it should, because it'd be a fun idea. It just makes some kind of logical storytelling sense, doesn't it? Titan's favorite dungeon in the game is Thunderholm, because he likes the skeleton dwarves. Yeah, they are. I like them too. Thunderholm is very cool. Ah, I'm going to die. Nope. Not today. Well, not this second. Yeah, I think I would love to be a DM. Of course I would, right? I would have so much fun with it. But, whatever. There are a million devs who would also be very good. Doesn't always have to be about me. Oh no. Come on, Den Mother. I like you. You're a nice Den Mother. Nice bear. Nice bear. Nice evil bear. Ah.
The last corruption node is destroyed. The surrounding roots weaken, and a pack of enraged bears breaks through.
Speaking of enraged bears, that's my current mini project. I'm doing a mini of a bear and a giant, and the bear is the giant's pet. It's an old Grenadier mini from the early 80s. Maybe mid-80s. But either way, it's a 80s style mini that I was able to pick up recently while hunting around. And so I'm currently painting a bear as we speak. It's fun. Any mini painters out there as well? Or am I the only remnant chest? Anyone else mini paint currently? Any active current mini painters out there? Alright, voices.
Come here. Where she lies on the floor. You are looking for Hallsame, says the injured druid. He is not here. He has gone to Druid's Deep. With that, the last of light passes from her eyes. Her words linger darkly. Thorn Hollow is cleansed. But while Hallsame lives, none of these lands are safe.
Urlock used to paint. Nice old lead minis, yeah. Walls of minis in the game room. Yeah, I know. You know, I don't want to slag the new painted minis and everything that are really not even new at this point. They've been around, what, a decade or so? Of high enough quality to really be good for a gaming table. And they are really, really good. So I don't want to say anything bad about that, because the quality is really good, but there's just something, for me, it's kind of almost like a Zen thing. It's very calming for me to sort of, I don't know, maybe put on something on Netflix, some sci-fi TV show or something like that, and just kind of sit there with it on in the background and do the mini painting on my own. It's something I liked as a kid, and I still get into it. Just yeah, it's a good way to live, in my opinion. And then I get to bring them for the gaming table itself and have a special painted thing that I made for my character. And that's just really cool. So I'm actually also painting kind of almost like a mouse guard style thief. Because we're in a campaign where we're playing some kind of rodent type things. You know what? I think I will leave Druid's Curse for perhaps next Wednesday. So I think that's going to do it here with Friday afternoon. Thank you very much for watching. Let's fight a Demon Lich. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much for watching Friday afternoon here on twitch.tv/DDO stream and youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live. You can find our full weekend schedule on our Twitch page. I know we have got Fridays on Ice. We've got Papagayo de TR. We've got Shoemaker Cobbleza and other shows as well. So find all that stuff on the Twitch page. Hope you're having a great weekend. We do have a 5% buddy bonus. That's 5% quests and raid XP per party member other than yourself. So you can get up to 55% XP in a full raid group, 25% XP in a quest. We also have a 50% challenge boost going on through the weekend, challenge rewards. So you get 50% more rewards when running challenges. Hope you guys have fun. Thanks. We'll see you soon.